So well-known grifter and fake relationship guru Yada Awakening is being left by his girlfriend Asia Yada after a period of 8 years. And she's citing domestic violence as the cause. Who is surprised by this? Let's get into it. So Yada Awakening is one of these fake relationship gurus that's been gallivanting about on these internet streets. And he's always talking about how great of a man he is because he pays for everything, and how us other men who are just normal men, we're not real men.
How much money should a man have before he gets into a relationship?
At minimum, a man should have 300,000 US dollars in his savings account. 50,000 of that goes to your new bride. Before y'all get married here, I love you hits 50,000. The other 50,000 go on a deposit of your new family house. Another 50,000 furnishes that new family house. Another 50,000 you should be able to live off for the first 6 months of your new marriage. And another 100,000 goes into your savings account for business expenses, emergencies, so what have you. But if you really want to step into the real leagues when men are handling their business, you should have at least 1 million to 3 million in your savings account before you even entertain a woman, period. It's time for us to lead by example. Men, we are maintainers and protectors of our women on each and every level.
He's always saying something that's about half true, and he just fills in the blanks with random bullshit. And his bullshit is important because that's how he draws people in. This is not the first time that Yada Awakening has been accused of being brutal, of being vicious, and of being abusive to the women in his life. To my knowledge, there have been about 5 or 6 times that I can recall. But this is the first time that anyone's really coming out and speaking publicly on it. And the young lady seems to be very distraught. She put out some videos to express how she feels, and she put out some things that were written that kind of look like evidence. Yada better be careful, because Yada has this brand as being this pie in the sky dude that just kind of gets everything right. He's always finger wagging at other men and bragging about his wealth and talking about how he gives his woman so much money and so many gifts, and how he pays her $250,000 a year just to be his wife.
Hey, my wife, $250,000 a year. She has a maid. She has a chef. She has a personal stylist. It's my job from the bottom of her feet to the top of her head to maintain her, because she is a gift from God.
But he somehow always leaves out the part where he kicks her ass. Bitch ass nigga. And this has really kind of become expected of some of these characters in the so-called conscious community. They go out here and talk up a good game, but they don't actually live up to any of the things that they preach about. So now everybody's looking at this Negro sideways, since his woman is coming out and telling the world how abusive he is in real life. Check out what she had to say.
I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed, I'm hurt, but I know I'll make it through. I've tried everything. Yada, everything. I'm here getting the rest of my stuff.
So Asia Yada's online, she's crying. She's got a bruise on her face. Everybody's asking where that came from. I'd like to know. She's talking about how she's hurt, about how she's embarrassed. I'm just saying, none of this is good PR for this supposedly perfect man that's always talking down on the rest of us. But here we are. And those are the videos. What's in writing is much more damning, because we have text messages that she sent to Yada explaining that he hit her in the mouth so hard he broke her tooth. And she also has a letter where she goes into explicit detail about the domestic violence that she experienced during the time that she was with him. Let's get into it. Just FYI, I have to find a way to get my mouth fixed fast. That night you hit me, broke off the rest of my tooth, so this is another time that he hit her, sounds like. And I've been having severe pain since. If it's infected, it will cause my breast milk to become infected. And his response was, go to Dr. Dave. That's the best bet at the best price. Then she responds again, you were supposed to be there with me. You were supposed to always be my safe place. I hate that you did this to our family. Have a good day, Yada. And then she puts a crying face emoji. Then she goes into, I told you I didn't even like that girl. Who allows someone to just drink and then it cuts off? But this is enough, because if this holds that this actually came from his phone, it's in his phone records, and she decides to press charges, I'm just saying, it feels like there's a reason why she's creating a record in text as opposed to just saying things. If she's saying this and he's saying that, anybody can be believed. But this here, if it holds true that this came from his phone records, This is a confession, and that's serious. And again, this is not the first time that Yada has been accused of hitting somebody. Do y'all remember when his ex-wife was running down the street and he was supposedly chasing after her and yelling and calling her a bitch?
That's Yada, everybody.
We don't see him in the video, but that don't mean that that's not him. Also, during the time that video was released where his ex-wife was saying that he was chasing her down the street, was a picture of the back of a woman's head where it looked like somebody yanked her braids out. Let's continue. Oh, she went in on this one. After nearly 8 years, I've made the difficult decision to end my relationship with the father of my children and step into a new chapter of my life. For years, I believed love meant fighting for your family. I gave my all to our home, our children, our businesses, and even protecting his reputation. I kept believing that if we could make it through one more difficult season, peace would meet us on the other side. But at 8 weeks postpartum, looking at a bruise on my face, I had to stop calling it a difficult season and tell myself the truth. It was domestic violence. Wow. My 20s were filled with businesses, babies, and bruises. Building, giving, forgiving, leaving, returning, healing, and hoping. I didn't leave because I stopped loving him. I left because I realized that if I continued to stay, eventually I would drown. Wow. The hardest part has been grieving the future I imagined for our children, but one day they will understand that I chose their safety and my peace over a love story I desperately wanted to save. I have learned that people can change, people can heal, but you don't have to lose yourself waiting for them to do it. Loyalty should never require abandoning yourself. And sister spitting real talk in this. You know, at the end of the day, domestic violence is never okay. Love isn't supposed to hurt. It just don't make no damn sense. But you got a lot of people out here that make excuses for it. And it feels like she just got to the point where she was just tired. She was fed up and she called out, and I don't blame her. And then she continues, I don't share this for sympathy or to tear anyone down. What happened is part of my story, but it will never become my identity. And you guys can go ahead and read the rest of it. I'll leave the link under the video. But that was the gist of what she said. She had to get out. And I'm glad that she did, because those types of situations can be very dangerous, provided what she's saying is true. And pay attention to what this woman is conveying. She's telling you that she's been in a domestic violence relationship for years. I have to be careful putting this out there. These are still only allegations. Nothing has been proven in a court of law just yet. In fact, no charges have even been filed yet. But I believe it. But out here in these internet streets, people are coming for his punk ass.
And the allegations been there for years. We told y'all Yada was a fucking woman beater. We knew that. Those of us that know, we knew. We knew it. He always been like that. That little short always been putting his hands on women.
Ladies, men that pander prey on your inability to be accountable. This whole Yada awakening thing coming out, finding out that he be beating his woman is not surprising. As men, we be telling y'all, these guys that get on the internet and tell y'all can do no wrong, and oh, a man should be paying 100% of your bills. If he can't do X, Y, and Z, he's not a real man and you need to leave. Ladies, your feelings matter over anything, blah, blah, bro. These are the worst dudes. We be telling y'all this. And y'all will sit there and tell us we haters, we lame, there's men out there that'll do it, we brokies, whatever. You only want somebody to pander to you when you don't want to be accountable.
Telling y'all for years that man in all his performative ways was an abuser. Behind closed doors, I always knew that he was not treating that lady, and that the brand that they were selling to the general public was a facade. Because when men have all of that performative talk and you see their woman just humbly and quiet in the background, that is always a very, very good indicator to me that the man is an abuser.
And we already knew that Yada was whooping her ass. The videos were weird. It was almost like a staged smash. Then he coming in the room with fruits and money after she done had a baby. No, that was the money he was paying her for whooping her ass. Hush money.
Look, my heart goes out to the family, especially the children. I'm always cautious of how I talk about these type of things because it's a sensitive matter, but the truth still has to be told. People are who they are, and pouring syrup on shit don't make it pancakes. I'm not victim blaming, so don't get in the comments and say that stupid shit, but this girl did help Yada sell this con. She knew what he was saying was bullshit, but she went along with it. And you don't sabotage other women like that. You don't sabotage the black family like that. Let's work on our integrity. Now that doesn't make what he did to her okay at all, that's still wrong and that's still on him. But we just gotta call it down the middle. I hate seeing things like this because at the end of the day, this is yet another broken family, another broken black family, and none of this had to happen. Domestic violence is never okay, no matter which of the people in the relationship is committing those acts. And the people who are the victims need to get the hell out of that situation as soon as possible. And women, black women in particular, not all of you, but many of you, you have got to stop creating these monsters. Yada Awakening is trash, and that's on him for being that person. But y'all are the ones that blew him up. You have to stop gravitating to people every time they kiss your ass and tell you whatever you want to hear, because then they develop these huge followings and feel like they're invincible off of the dollars that you put in their pockets, and look at how they go and abuse the power that you've given them. Derek Jackson, Ace Metaphor, Yada Awakening, these are con men that brown nose you and blow smoke up your ass, piss on your leg and tell you that it's raining, and y'all keep taking your silly ass back to their pages, back to their websites, back to their events, back to their book signings. Stop. You have to be smarter than that. Respectfully. So what do you think? Do you believe the accusations against Yada Awakening? And what do you think his next moves are going to be? Leave it in the comments. That's what I think. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you know if we upload a new video or go live. Major Gauge Podcast, we lit. Alright. Major Gauge Podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe.